What if you could get beyond frustration, feeling stuck? What if you could get beyond procrastination? What if everything you've been told about being stuck, being frustrated, feeling overwhelmed, and procrastinating, what if everything you've been told about all of those wasn't true? Well, there's a lot more to it than what most people do and what most people hear and what most people read and what most people tell you about what you need to do, what you should be doing, what you could be doing when you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling frustrated, or when you find yourself procrastinating. So stick around because I'm going to tell you what most people do wrong and how the people who get it right, what is it that they're doing to get it right? All right. So maybe you're one of those people. You feel like you are stuck. Ever been there? Like, I can't get anything going in the right direction. Or, dang it, I'm so frustrated. Why is it that so and so gets so and I just can't? Why is it that this person got this promotion? Why is it that this person has this great relationship? Why do my children, why can't I lose the weight? Why can't I find the relationship of my dreams? Why? What am I doing wrong? Ever asked yourself any of those questions? Yeah, most of us have. And here's the thing. Most people stop right there. And those questions just continue to swirl over and over and over, and maybe even get louder. And the voices get uglier. And you start saying all sorts of nasty things about yourself. Ever called yourself stupid? Ever said, man, I just can't do anything right? Listen, I've been there. I've had those voices, and my inner voice is really ugly. What was the name I used to call my inner voice? I had a really funny name for my inner voice once I started really hearing it, but I don't remember what it was now. But figure out a name for your inner voice, right? Don't worry about what other people are saying. And I know that many people have people around them that impact them from the outside. I'm not talking about that today, though, okay? I really today want to focus in on the voice within you. And what most people talk about when people feel stuck, when they're frustrated, when they're procrastinating, they talk about, oh, you need to systematize. Oh, you need to block your calendar. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to do that. Listen, while those things are great, if you're not getting to the real underlying reason as to why you're feeling stuck or why you're frustrated or why you're procrastinating, then the voices in your head are going to say ugly things about you because now you've put a system in place and it's not working. Or now you've made this decision and it's not working. Or now you've had another failed relationship. Look, you can't do anything right. What about that? Does that ring any bells? Does that sound familiar? Listen, I did all of those things. I did every single one of those things. I looked for systems. I looked for planners. I looked for online digital versions of programs. I took courses. I did all the things, all the things. And when I say all the things, I mean all the things. I spent literally, lean in, listen to this. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to figure it out. Yeah, you heard that right. Hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to figure out why I always felt stuck, why I could not achieve what I was wanting to achieve, why I was procrastinating, what was wrong with me. I did therapy, I took courses, I read books, I hired coaches, I did all the things, all the things. I even did things like ran marathons and committed to things thinking, man, if I achieve these bigger things, then I'll feel better and it'll be a big shift. I ran a lot of miles doing that. Literally, literally ran a lot of miles doing that. And here's what I found. It would help for a little while. All of it would help for a little while. And then I'd find myself back in the same place. I'd hit a ceiling and then I'd come back down. I'd move up and then I'd come back down. And then I was in a group and I heard someone talking about neuroscience. And I had already started reading some on the neuroplasticity of the brain and what that looks like. And I'd already done a lot of work on trauma reactions, and I'd done a lot of yoga releasing trauma, and I'd done a lot of therapy releasing trauma, and I'd done a lot, I prayed and, asked God what was going on. And I did a lot of things trying to figure out why I was procrastinating and why I was so stuck in the same thing over and over and over. And when I started digging into the neuroscience and I found someone who could coach me on that, and then I got certified in doing that work. And what happened from that point was crazy pants. See, the people who actually get out of being stuck, not just for the short time, I'm talking about for a long term, for a lifetime, because building habits. James Clear in Atomic Habits talks about, building habits. In fact, I have a quote here on my wall. I'm going to read it to you real quick. Your outcomes are a lagging measure of your habits. Your net worth is a lagging measure of your financial habits. Your weight is a lagging measure of your eating habits. Your knowledge is a lagging measure of your learning habits. Your clutter is a lagging measure of your cleaning habits. You get what you repeat. You get what you repeat. And guess what? When you have something in your head that continually repeats over and over and over again, that is what you're going to get. If you constantly tell yourself that you're procrastinating, if you constantly tell yourself that you're stuck, if you constantly tell yourself that you're frustrated, if you constantly tell yourself that you're overwhelmed, then that's what you are. That's what you are. Because every time you say it, you are paving. And have you ever been caught in road construction where they're putting a new layer of asphalt on a road and it just gets thicker and thicker and thicker? That's what's happening in your brain every time you repeat something like that. If you're someone who says, oh my gosh, I am so stupid, or oh my gosh, I am so fat, or oh my gosh, I can't do this, or oh my gosh, maybe it doesn't start with oh my gosh, whatever it is, whatever it sounds like, whatever the voice in your head sounds like, really listen in. Really listen to what you're saying to yourself about yourself. Really listen into what is the meaning that you're giving to a particular situation or to situations. What are you saying about other people? I want you to get really intimate with the things that go on in your brain. Listen, these things are happening at a subconscious level. So it's going to take effort. It is absolutely going to take effort. And sometimes we hear ourselves say things like, oh my gosh, you're so stupid. We hear it. And then we beat ourselves up even more. This is not about beating yourself up more. This is about putting together a process in place that helps you recognize what you're saying to yourself about yourself, really listening to it, and then saying, is that true? Maybe initially you'll say it is, but here's the trick. I want you to, whatever it is that you're saying about yourself, to yourself, I want you to take that same statement. If it's you're so stupid, who is a person that you love deeply? Maybe it's a person that you would do anything in the world for. Maybe it's a person that you can't even talk to anymore because they're gone. this person that you care so deeply about, would you look at them and say, "You are so stupid," the same way that you say it to yourself? Think about that. Would you say that? Would you berate that person the way that you berate yourself? No, no, you wouldn't. I can answer that for you. I want you to find the person that, if you said this to them or you heard someone else saying it to them, you would be shocked. If you said it to someone else, what would that feel like? If I said you had to say that to this person that you deeply love, if I said that to you and I said, the only way you're getting out of this is to say this to them, how would that make you feel? What would you say back to me? Or if you heard someone else saying it to them, what would you say to that person? Listen, I can tell you, if someone said to the people that I love the things that I have said to me about myself, my mama bear instincts would kick in to a level unseen on planet Earth. I would pummel someone. Bottom line, no questions asked, hands down, no doubt about it. And my guess is you would too. So, what is it that you would say about them in their defense? Are they beautiful? Are they smart? Are they what is it? What is it that you would say about them? Because guess what? Whatever it is that you would say about them is also true for you. It's also true for you. Now, the first time you hear this, you're like, what? How is that going to resolve my feeling stuck, being frustrated, and procrastinating? Here's how. Because it's a subconscious thought that you've not yet even uncovered that is driving that thought process, that is driving those feelings, that is driving the decisions you make, the actions you take, and the results that you're getting, just like James Clear talks about. All of that is a lagging measure of something that you've already done. Those subconscious thoughts are driving 90+% of every decision you make, action you take, and result that you get. Yeah, 90% or more. So when you can get to those subconscious thoughts and you start rewriting them, then bam, you start making a difference in your life. It takes time because you've been saying these things for a long time to yourself. Maybe you had a parent or a teacher or someone else who said them to you initially, and now you say them. Maybe you had a spouse or a significant other or someone else in your life that said these things to you, and now you took them on as your own, and now they come out in your voice. You get to shift them by digging them out, shining a light on them, thinking about, what if you had to say those to someone else? What would you say in defense? Or if you heard someone else saying them to this person that you love, what would you say in their defense? And then you start making that new version of what you see in the person that you love, your version. There's a whole process that I take my clients through. This is it. This is the process. We get a lot more detailed in it. There's worksheets and all that kind of stuff, but this is the process. And when you can do this, then what's causing you to feel stuck gets dislodged. What's causing you to feel frustrated starts disintegrating. What's causing you to procrastinate, Because listen, procrastination is a double-sided coin. The other side of that coin is perfectionism. So we tend to procrastinate that which we want to be perfect. And listen, perfection doesn't exist anywhere, not on this side of heaven. So feeling stuck, feeling frustrated, and procrastination, those are all false. They're fake. They're not real. Those are things that your brain has done to keep you safe, to keep you from making changes. Because even as bad as all of those thoughts are, it's where you're comfortable. So when you step out of feeling that way about yourself, guess what? You're now in a new place. And guess what? New places are scary. And your brain is designed to what? To keep you safe. Your brain is designed to keep you safe. It's not designed to thrive. It's designed to simply survive. And survival means keeping you where you are. Let's don't mess up the status quo. But if you're going to get unstuck, if you're going to get beyond frustration, if you're going to do away with procrastination, you get out of this status quo. One of the things that I love to say when I'm standing on stage or I'm speaking to people is there is no status quo. There is no status quo. Status quo is like a stagnant pool of water, and nothing grows in a stagnant pool of water. And if you're not growing, you're dying. Those are the only two options, growth or death. Growth or death. And if you're choosing status quo, you're dying. Harsh, maybe. It's also reality. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to lean in on hearing those voices, no matter how ugly they are, really paying attention to them, and then doing those other exercises. Back it up and listen to it again, doing the rest of the exercises so that you can write a new neural pathway, one that allows you to get unstuck, one that allows you to get beyond procrastination, one that allows you to get beyond frustration. Let me tell you, when you do that, your health, your wealth, your relationships, all of it will get better. All of it will get better when you really dig in and do this work. Because this is what people do to get beyond those things. This is the work that people who are successful do regularly. Because it's not something outside of them that's stopping them, it's internal. So anyone who wants to get to that next level, they get to see, okay, what is it within me that's stopping me? Okay, I've uncovered that. Now where do I get to go? Right? Because as long as you are where you are, you can't go anywhere else. Right? All right, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. And let me know in the comments what you thought about this. Let me know. Let me know what you would love to hear more of. Share with me, what are some of the thoughts that come up for you? What is it that, is it feeling stuck? Is it feeling frustrated? Is it procrastination? Is it something else? What is it that is keeping you from becoming your bigger, better version of yourself? Let me know. And I will see you in the next one.